Did you know that anyone who makes you angry owns a piece of you? I remember the first time I heard that, it made me angry. Now, isn't that interesting that I'm already angry and then I find out that my anger is making me angry? Uh, it keeps you in that space of anger. So, if anger is something that you're experiencing, perhaps this video can help you. So, let's take a look at anger. Let me tell you, we can find a lot of things to be angry about. Would you agree? For the longest time in my life, I was so angry about things that happened in my childhood, the experiences, the abuse, the trauma. And that anger fueled me in everything that I did. It actually kept me in a victim mindset. But you see, I didn't see it as a victim mindset because I felt that I had a right to hold on to that anger. I felt that I had a right to actually own that, to say, you know what, because that person victimized me, I am a victim. But when I learned that being victimized does not make you a victim, whoa, that was a game changer. It also led me to other information about letting go of anger. Now, when you're angry with someone, that's like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. It's never going to happen. And the truth is that when we are angry, there's something that our higher self is giving us the opportunity to look at. Now, when you're angry, though, especially in the heat of the moment, it can be difficult to stand back and say, what am I meant to look at right now? Because anger is anger, but anger is really a loss of self-control. And when you lose your self-control, it's because you've come to the end of your rope, right? You've been pushed farther than you want to be pushed, and you just don't know where to go now. So your levels of self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love, self-image, self-worth are very, very low. Now remember, everything is energy. So when you're vibrating on that energetic level of that vibrational frequency of anger, you're keeping yourself down here in a very dense energy. And so you're going to sit with that anger and how you feel. And then you're going to think about other people that have done things that you don't like or that you feel slighted about. And then you're going to start having that negative self-talk and those negative thoughts that start questioning your very worth. Like, why do people treat me like this? Why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I find someone who loves me for who I am? Why can't I find a job where people love and respect me? Why can't I have relationships where there's reciprocity? And then you get angrier and angrier and angrier. So anger fuels anger. And, if you go by Yoda, anger leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side. So think about that. When you're really sitting in anger, that's what you're doing, right? You're feeling dark. You're feeling gloomy. You're feeling like there's no way out. Like you're in this negative hole of the dark night of your soul. And sometimes you see red. Literally, you can see red and you can just feel like you need to lash out at another person. And then maybe you do things that are self-destructive. You choose self-destructive patterns. When we're angry, we can choose to hurt another person because we want others to hurt like we're hurting. Because hurt people hurt others. Can you see how being angry is an opportunity to go within, to really ask yourself, why am I so angry? And at the beginning, you're going to come up with all kinds of excuses because that person did that, or that person said that, or that person never really understands me, or whatever your explanations are. For me, being in that state of anger, I found that I was always concentrating on the things that I had experienced in my childhood. And I was angry at my parents. I was angry at people who didn't see what was going on. I was angry at the situation. I was angry that I didn't have a better childhood. I was angry at everything. And that anger made me get to a point where I was very defensive. And then I started to withdraw. And then it was difficult for me to accept happiness in my life. Can you imagine that? Not even allowing yourself to be happy because you really don't know what happy feels like because you're angry all of the time. So when you're feeling angry towards another person, and you're feeling low levels of self because of this anger. Now, of course, the first step that you want to do is get into a place where you can step out of the emotion. And that sometimes is easier said than done because when we're angry, like I said, we just want to send that back out. We want to hurt others like we are hurting. So when you're feeling that, the first thing is to recognize when you're in that state of anger. And when you're in that state of anger, one of the questions that you can ask yourself is, why am I so angry? And when you find yourself giving yourself the answer that it's because this person did that or that person did that, this is a golden moment for you because then as soon as you can pinpoint it and give it a name because that person did that or that person did that, now stop and ask yourself, how that made you feel. Now, at first blush, you might be saying, well, how do you think it made me feel? Why do you think I'm angry? But seriously, if you really want to let go of the anger, this question is very important. How does it make you feel? Do you feel abandoned? Do you feel unheard? Do you feel disappointment? Do you feel, what is the feeling that you're sitting with? Get to know that feeling because I can tell you that that feeling is something you're resisting. You don't want to feel that feeling, which is why you take the choice of anger. When I learned this, when I learned how to really step into the anger and ask myself this question, like, why am I feeling so angry? What is it that this person is doing or saying that's triggering something for me? That's triggering a feeling, an emotion, or a belief for me that is causing me to stay in this anger. Because I know nobody wants to stay in that anger. We want to let go of it. Anger feels very negative. So when you're ready to step out of the anger, because of course you're going to hold on to it for as long as you feel it's necessary for you to work through whatever you are working through. But when you're truly ready to let go of it, start with that question of, why is this person making me so angry? What is it that is really getting my attention right now? And then take the next step and say, what do I feel about that? How does that make me feel? And when you can recognize the feeling, now you're on your way to letting go of the anger and healing. This is such a powerful, powerful exercise. And if you'd like to know any more, maybe take this a step further, I'd invite you to visit masteringyourbeliefs.com. There's something there that can help you on any level that you're going through right now. Send me a private message, DM me, let me know, leave comments on this video, let me know what you're dealing with and how I might serve and support you. Remember, if you've got questions, ask your sensei. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.